Senator Kajwang. Senator Kajwang.
Mr. Speaker, even though I don't have very strong views on this motion because it's procedural, but we must remind ourselves that we passed a resolution that allows hybrid sittings of this Senate. Mr. Speaker, I've had colleagues say that because people are doing rallies and people are going for reggae concerts, we should also do the same. It is not right that we do the wrong that others are doing because they are doing it. But more fundamental, Mr. Speaker, you and the leadership needs to assure this House that if you are going to sit 3 days in a week, that we are going to have an element of virtual sittings in those 3 days. Mr. Speaker, we have been in this parliament from the last one and this one. There was a time when there was a lot of pressure when I was chairing the Public Accounts Committee that I should bring reports to this House for the consideration of the House. When we brought 60 reports, Mr. Speaker, it was only Ledamo Lekina and Professor Ngeri and I and members of the Public Accounts Committee who are here to discuss those reports. The revenue debate does not need 10 sittings, Mr. Speaker. It just requires goodwill. To argue that we need more sittings to pass the revenue formula is like arguing that you need 9 men to achieve conception. Mr. Speaker, please assure us that we shall be sitting virtually. That way, I can go to Homa Bay, I can talk to the fishermen, and at the appointed time, I can log in. And Mr. Speaker, I can assure you that this House will be more productive the way we have been more productive in committees where we have allowed virtual sittings. Mr. Speaker, I support, but please allow hybrid sittings to be the norm rather than the exception, because the last time I asked, I was told that it is SBC to determine which one should be hybrid or not. And Mr. Speaker, if we had virtual sittings where people can vote virtually, even our friends like Senator Malala, who like sitting in the boot of Subaru vehicles, can vote from the boot of a Subaru. It does not have to be in this House. Mr. Speaker, I support.
What's your point of order, Senator Murkomen?
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, is Senator Kajwang in order to, Mr. Speaker, belittle the situation that befell Senator Malala, and particularly, Mr. Speaker, the fact that he's sitting inside a Subaru vehicle, Mr. Speaker, was because he was illegally arrested in circumstances that even IG and DCI yesterday have confirmed that they are not even sure who ordered. And Mr. Speaker, it's in public domain that Senator Malala has also told the country that his life is in danger. And it's part of serious public discourse. Mr. Speaker, is it in order for Senator Moses Kajwang, my friend, and who is young and I thought progressive, to, Mr. Speaker, belittle that very serious situation, Mr. Speaker, that our colleague is facing in this House?
What's your point of order, Senator Wetangula? Okay, just a minute, Senator Kajwang.
Speaker, I have no doubt that Senator Kajwang said it in jest and allow some comic relief in the House, really, because Senator Malala himself is here. He has not protested. Don't wail louder than the bereaved, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, that is not the issue I stood up for. The mood is very clear that we have much more serious work than extending the calendar or dealing with the sittings. I want to move, Mr. Speaker, that you put the question on this motion as amended so that we can go to more serious work. On behalf of my kid, my son, Malala, I want to encourage him that Senator Kajwang is not a malicious man, and I'm sure he said it in jest. Let's move on.
Okay, order. Okay, Senator Mazayo. I'm good.
Bwana Speaker, Siku ile ambayo Malala atashikwa, atatiwa ndani ya gari ya Subaru rangi ya kijani, nilikuwa kwa nyumba yake. Jana nilikuwa hapa kwa hili bunge letu la Senate, nikamwona Malala akiwa analia hapa mbele ya maseneta wenzangu. Leo hivi tukiambiwa ya kwamba Malala alikuwa analia machozi ya mamba, na hali aliweza kueleza kinaga ubaga sababu za yeye kulia na kwa sababu gani anataka kuliwa na mamba. Leo ikiwa tutachukua swala la kwamba alijitia ndani ya Subaru na akawa sasa mimi sikujua kama Malala anafanya mzaha na Malala mwenyewe alikataa. Je, ni haki? Je, ni usawa kwa Seneta Kajwang kusema ya kwamba Malala anapenda sana kukaa chini ya buti ya Subaru?
Okay, order, members. Order. This is what I want to say, yeah? Order, members. Senator Wamatangi, sit down. Okay, order, members. I know that was a grave matter, but I just want to ask all of us to be a bit sensitive when we make certain contributions. And I think it will be important that we be sensitive. I now put the question, which is that the motion for alteration of the calendar of the Senate as amended by Senator Abdullahi Ali's amendment be approved. Would as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Would as many of a contrary view say nay? The ayes have it. Senator Bokisho.
Yes, Speaker, just following on that, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to request that we allow members to convert into a Kamukunji, Mr. Speaker, so that we can go and as discussed today in the SBC, so that we can go and discuss the Mr. Speaker, the issues of the formula, Mr. Speaker. It is important, Mr. Speaker, that this is not a request for a motion. This is a request for the Speaker to allow this place to adjourn for a short time, or allow us to go and convert ourselves into a Kamukunji, so that we can. The Speaker has, so, Mr. Speaker, I'm actually requesting that you help this House convert into Kamukunji. Thank you. Because we can come back.
What's your point of order, Senator Wambua?
Mr. Speaker, I seek guidance from the Chair, the Speaker, on a matter of procedure, whether it is in order for the Majority Leader to just wake up from his chair and ask the Speaker to allow the House to move into a motion. Mr. Speaker, that's too casual. It's too casual, Mr. Speaker. Can he move a motion?
Senator Cherargei.
Thank you, Speaker. Mine is a comment. I think this issue of consensus building on the revenue formula is for the good of all of us. And I think the request that has been made, in my own opinion, is for you at understanding order number 1, where you can use discretion to give an adjournment, or we give us a break or a timeout for a few minutes, so that we can now sit and agree and maybe resolve this issue. Because there could be a possibility of some new information that the House might be made. So, Mr. Speaker, I think understanding order number 1, you can exercise your discretion there. I thank you, Speaker.
Senator Wetangula.
Mr. Speaker, I want to encourage the Majority Leader that in the future we should have some reference to standing orders when we make any moves on the House. And there's no provision in these standing orders for any member to just make a request on the Speaker you move in accordance with standing orders, and the majority leader should have moved you under standing order 105, that we do not adjourn whatever debate we have on the floor for whatever consultations we want to have. He's done the right thing wrongly, Mr. Speaker, and I want you to make sure that we have our records clean, because these proceedings will be read in the future by students, researchers, our children, our grandchildren, everybody. So having clean records and proper legal framework is quite important in any parliament.
Yes.